What started out as a beautiful vacation turned into a massacre. But beneath the bloodshed, there's something darker, something we need to talk about. Let's dive in. By now, I'm sure you've heard about this. The terrorist attack in Pahalgam in the North Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir. On April 22nd, 2025, 7 militants, reportedly tied to the resistance front, opened fire on tourists in Baisaran Valley, a place people go to escape, to breathe, and celebrate life. And what they got instead was a massacre. This wasn't just another headline. This was one of the deadliest civilian attacks in India since 26/11. And it hit where it hurts the most. Joy, love, families on vacation, newlyweds, and children. They were targeted and executed for being in the wrong place at the wrong time in their own country. This attack is a gut punch reminder of just how fragile peace really is in this region. And the fact that they went after tourists, that's a new low. One of the most heartbreaking stories that absolutely destroyed me was that of the newlywed couple, married in February, still in their honeymoon phase, just sitting by a stall in Kashmir, eating their food, laughing, living, and then, just like that, everything ended. The attackers approached them, started asking if the husband was Muslim, asked him to recite the Quranic verses. After a heated exchange, they shot him, just like that. And they didn't kill the bride. Why? Because they wanted her alive. They wanted her to be the messenger. Go tell your government what happened. That's what they told her. And that right there, that's the part that makes my blood boil. These terrorists don't care about religion. They don't care about faith. They don't even care about God. They care about chaos. That's the only thing they worship. Chaos. And here's the real kicker. They're not the only ones benefiting from it. Because, let's be honest, political parties will jump on this in seconds. They'll use this tragedy to push their narratives, to pit communities against each other, to harvest hate and convert it into votes. Because fear wins elections. So while we mourn the lives we lost, while we grieve the horror of this attack, we need to say this loudly, clearly, and without flinching. Not every Muslim is responsible for this. Muslims are not terrorists. Muslims are not the enemy. They are just like us, innocent civilians who want peace, who want to live. And we cannot blame an entire religious community for what a couple of absolute dickheads did with a gun. And here's something that no one seems to be asking. Where the fuck was the security? We're talking about Kashmir, a region that's seen decades of tension, insurgency, bloodshed. This isn't new. Terror attacks aren't some shocking twist. This has happened before. It will happen again. So how the hell was there zero security at a known tourist hub? This wasn't some remote trail in the middle of nowhere. This was a popular, open tourist area. Hundreds of people were there, families, newlyweds, children, and no one was guarding it? One of the victims' mothers said that the terrorists weren't even in a rush. They were just strolling, taking their time, picking targets. That means they weren't afraid. They weren't being chased. They knew no one would stop them. And to me, That is the real failure here. That is the neglect that cost lives. This wasn't just a lapse, it was a betrayal. We keep talking about how much Kashmir has, quote, stabilized since 2019. Article 370, big speeches, loud promises. But where is the proof of that safety when it's needed the most? You can't sell, quote, peace to tourists if you can't even guarantee basic fucking protection. Look, I know there's a lot of anger right now. There's outrage, there's heartbreak, there's this heaviness sitting on all of our chests. And if you're feeling it, good. You should. We all should. But here's the thing. Don't let that outrage rot into blind hate. Because that's exactly what these terrorists want. That's what this entire setup was designed to do. Provoke, divide, escalate. And the more we give in, the more we start painting entire communities with the same brush, blaming Muslims, stereotyping Kashmiris, the closer we come to doing their job for them. I know you are hurt. I am hurt too. Every victim who died that day had a life, had dreams, had families, people waiting for them to come home. But if our response to that pain is more hate, more dehumanization, then we're just adding fuel to a fire that never needed to be lit. The real tragedy isn't that people died. It's that their deaths will now be used, spun into narratives, exploited by politicians, turned into TRP gold, made into WhatsApp propaganda. And we need to be smarter than that. We can't stop these attacks with revenge or riots. We stop them by refusing to become puppets, by demanding accountability, not just from the attackers, but from the systems that failed to protect us. Hold on to your empathy, hold on to your reason, hold on to your grief, and let it guide you, not consume you. We cannot bring back those we lost, but we can stop creating more victims. This was meant to break us. Don't let it.